And did you guys clock who was not there?
Mama Kelsey. She was not
She
there.
was not at that mission?
Nope. You don't see her anywhere.
Nope.
That's
She wasn't there.
wild. I did not clock that at all.
I was wondering if you were going to notice. I kind of figured Wendy would notice, but
no, I noticed it.
She wasn't there at all.
And nobody said anything?
No, because I think, listen, the woman is in her 60s. That was a physically tough mission.
Yep.
Just a
All the
physically tough
missions.
mission. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
With pants on.
With pants on.
I'm sorry. Lori just said. Lori,
Listen,
you got to say what you just said.
listen,
because I'm dying. I'm dying.
It's a menopause, okay? I get really hot. I get on fire. And, you know, you have the people who work in the corporate world and they're on their Zoom meetings and it's business on the top, party on the bottom. Well, you know what? I got really hot. So during the podcast, I took off my pants. I said to the girls, all right, I'm ready to go. Let's do the podcast. I put my pants back on. So the pants are on and we're ready to do a podcast and we're going to do it
Everyone is appropriately dressed
Yes, we're
from
going to do it on
head down.
Right, we're going to do a
Yes.
podcast on Traitors, correct?
Yes, we're doing Traitors season 4.
First
we're
3
gonna go
episodes, right?
We're going to do the first 3 episodes because that's what they dropped all at once. We're going to do the first 3 episodes.
Now,
So
I never watched this show before, but
I never watched it either.
I loved it.
I hated it. I thought it was
Oh, really?
it was stupid as hell. I said, "Oh my God, what am I watching? What am I
It was
watching?"
great.
It's so funny.
I loved it.
Oh, I thought it was horrible. But that's
So I
okay.
watched it
can
last
watch a horrible
season.
show.
I watched it last season for the first time because my mom and sister said, you have to watch this show. And I really liked it last season. And then this season, I said, you guys, we have to watch this show. Like, we have to talk about it. And you're like, yeah, we're going to do it. And because my husband is a front runner and he loves Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, when he heard that Mama Kelsey was on, he's like, I'm watching this show too, but only until Mama Kelsey gets out. And that's all I'm going to say.
Right.
So he sat there with me, and he doesn't like reality shows to begin with, but that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. So we start out, all of them come in the nighttime, and they're in 6, and I only know this because he was sitting next to me. They're in Land Rover Defenders. I was like, oh, what are they in? He goes, oh, that's a Land Rover Defender, and he's giving me the model number. Okay, we don't need to know that. We just need to know that we're in Land. Right, exactly, exactly.
You know,
Only do I know.
it's funny because my boss has one of those.
Okay.
And it's all black. It's the matte, the whole thing.
Yeah.
At my job.
Murdered out.
Yes. We see a lot of state police at my job. They're one of our, patients. And the guy came in, the state trooper came in, and he said to my boss, "Oh, is that your murdered out Rover?" And I was like, "Oh, look at you coming up with I thought the guy came up with the name. I didn't know it was a name. I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing." Yeah, so he has one of those. So I was laughing when I saw them on the TV. I'm like, look at the murdered out Rovers.
That's so funny.
Well, explain to our listeners who don't know what that means.
Okay, so it means that if you have the big Land Rover model, whatever, and everything on it is black, and like my boss's is like the matte black, so everything is matte black, like the inside,
and all the windows
tinted.
are
all tinted,
Like even the windshield.
Everything is black on it, and that's
which is supposed to be illegal in Jersey, but a state trooper was like, "Oh, hey, is that your murdered out Rover?"
Exactly.
It is illegal.
Yeah, but enough.
Because if you're a cop's doctor, in
yes,
Jersey,
you're good. Then you're good.
It's okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
supposedly that's the name for that kind of look on
Land Rover.
On a Rover.
Yeah.
So, but I was just laughing when I saw them. I'm like, "Oh, it's my boss's car."
That's so funny. So they show up at nighttime and they get out of their murdered out Land Rovers, and Rinna sees Dorinda, and they immediately hug each other. Now, obviously, we're Housewife fans. We know Lisa Rinna from Beverly Hills. We know Dorinda from New York. And they start, and Alan comes out. Alan Cumming is the host of the show. I love Alan Cumming. I love him. I love his style. I love his persona. He's a persona. It's his personality, right?
Persona.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love him.
A perfect person to do this job.
Yes, I agree with that.
Right. So he starts out and says to them that he's going to announce the traitor in plain sight. Because you ladies have never watched it before. Normally, the way they announce the traitors is the way they announce the other traitors is they're all sitting at the round table, and he walks around the table and he'll touch you on the shoulder if you are a traitor.
Like
That's
how
how
you
you
did
normally
later on in the show.
Right, which she does later on in the show. So when I watched it last season, I had seen people talk about prior seasons, and in prior seasons, like he had something on his wrist or something, and other people heard him making the motion to tap on the shoulder. Yeah. So this is a real game, right? This is a game, and in this game, there's real gamers, there's reality people, there's actors, there's this particular season, there's a bunch of everybody, right? There's professional athletes. So this is the first time they've done this where they're going to announce the traitor in plain sight. So you're going to go walk up to him, and he's going to open the box, and people are going to watch for your reaction to what you see in the box to see if you are the traitor or you're not, if you're going to give that up, if you have a poker face. When they get out of their vehicles, Monet Exchange is there, and she's from RuPaul's Drag Race, and she runs up to Jam Jam, who is from Survivor, and they are both saying how they're such big fans of Mama Kelsey, who is Travis and
Jason
Kelsey's mom from the Chiefs and the Eagles, and Taylor Swift's fiance. Okay? Everybody in the world knows who Mama Kelsey is, right?
For sure.
Even I know who knows nothing about football.
Which, by the way, just today about Mama Kelsey, I heard the producers were upset about the whole Mama Kelsey
I saw that thing.
But the other thing I heard was the Mama Kelsey thing was intentional.
Yes, I heard that.
And we'll talk about that later. So we'll talk about that later.
The fact that they were calling her Mama Kelsey?
No.
We'll talk about it. You'll see.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
We'll talk about it later. So Kristen is talking to Michael Rapaport. Kristen is from Chef. She's one of the chef people.
Top Chef.
Michael Rapaport is an actor, but he's a huge Housewives
fan, yeah.
Bravo, right? Maura is there from Love Island, and Porsha is there from Housewives of Atlanta.
Did you notice Maura's accent and how she would say, I tink, instead of I think? And who did that remind you of?
Who? Who did that remind you of?
Paulie, Dolores' fiance on New Jersey. Even Dolores started talking like that.
Oh my God.
I'm watching Jersey. I'm like, did she just say I tink? As soon as Maura said it, I was like, oh, she has to be from Ireland.
That's funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah. She's beautiful,
I noticed
that girl.
Oh my gosh, she's
gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Like a little pixie, like a little sprite.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
So when he's doing when he's showing them the cards, I'll be honest with you, I was watching it and I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell anybody.
I think everyone had the perfect poker face, right? I didn't see.
I couldn't tell by their reactions, but I pegged it.
You did?
Okay.
I did.
So then the next thing that happens after that, then they all go like into the castle, and they finally go around the big table, and Alan is going to pick the traitors. And Alan Cumming asks, like, Lisa, like, why she's a threat. And she thinks before they do that, he sits down with each of the people. And we only saw a couple of who he sat down with. One of the ones we saw him sit down with was Lisa Rinna. And he said to her, like, why do you think you're a threat? And she goes, I'm Lisa effing Rinna. And that is the reason. Like, she is Lisa effing Rinna. And if you've ever watched Beverly Hills when she was on, that's who she was.
That was her answer to many things.
Right. And actually, I don't think she came up with it. I think somebody else gave her that, right?
Somebody else said it I think it was probably Erica Jane, but she ran with it after that.
I think it was Erica
All I
Jane.
know is I don't watch these shows in my house. So I'm watching this for the podcast. And my husband comes in the room and he looks at the TV and he said, "What the hell is that?" And it was Lisa Rinna was on the TV. My husband is not a fan of cosmetic surgery. And he just looked and said, he was like horrified. He said, "What the hell is it? What is that?" I said, "Just keep going. Go take the garbage."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was not.
Go be.
Yeah, it was
just
not.
Keep on moving. Just keep on moving.
He was not a fan. I just thought it was really funny.
So funny.
It's good.
So then he does get them all to the table and he walks around a couple times, the dramatic walk around, and he winds up picking, the traitors he winds up picking are Candiace, Dillard, Bassett from Real Housewives of Potomac, Lisa Rinna, they're both formerly Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Rob R. from Love Island. Now,
very fine. Very, very fine.
So fine.
Very fine. Just have
to
put it out there.
Like Tess is going to watch this because he's on it.
So fine.
So Will happened to be sitting there with myself and Bill when we were watching it, and he's like, "Oh," because he watched Love Island. He's like, "Oh, that's my guy. That's my guy, Rob. Like he may be back for more." And I said to him, like, "Let's make this our thing. Like, let's do this. I'll watch this every week with you." He's not making a commitment to me yet, but I'm going to try and drag him in with me.
That's so funny because I would never in a million years think that Will, your son, would watch Love Island. It's just not something I would peg him as watching. That's hysterical.
There's like a cult following now with their age group. And it didn't happen until the one season where that girl Leah was on, I think. Like it took a couple of seasons, but now there's like a cult following for that show. That's for sure.
Mark got him watching it. Like Mark would come over because it's on like every night. When it's on like every night.
Yes.
Mark would come over like every night and the two of them would watch Love Island.
That's so funny.
I'm like,
funny.
Mark, I could see watching it, but it's not Will. It's just not.
That checks out.
That checks out. Yeah, but it's funny.
Did you guys notice that Maura's from Love Island? She said, "I've never seen Housewives," and Michael Rapaport goes, "Shame on you."
Yes,
right.
If you notice, funny.
I know he is funny. When she saw Rob R, she was so excited to see him because they're both from Love Island. She's like, "Oh, we're going to work together." He's like, "Yeah,
not so much."
I don't know. I don't watch the show. I should ask Tess, but I wonder if they were on the same season as each other.
They must have been because I don't watch it either.
Yeah,
I'll have to ask Will. We'll have to find out. We'll report back to you on that. So after Alan picks all the traitors, they all take off their blindfolds and they're like looking around, like trying to figure out like if they can see who it is, but they can't because these guys are, they're not going to give it up. And then all of a sudden, Natalie from Survivor announces to the room that she is a faithful. Now, I used to watch Survivor. Have you guys ever watched Survivor?
No.
Never?
I don't think I ever did. I'll be honest with you.
Never watched that. Never watched Big Brother. Never watched Love Island.
I never watched Big Brother either.
I used to watch Survivor and watch it for many seasons. Bill and I used to watch it. Andrew would watch it with me. And then we got to a point where like, we're done. But I did know Natalie. Natalie was on the season where it was blood versus water. And she was on with her twin. And they were on separate teams.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Survivor's got its own lore, and the gamers have their own. And even Big Brother, I'll be honest with you, I used to watch Big Brother when it first came out, but then that was another one. It was on too many days a week, and I couldn't make a commitment to it. But then I did watch a couple when they were celebrity Big Brothers, like when Cynthia was on, because it was a shorter season. It wasn't like all summer, because it's all summer. Like when they do the Big Brother, it's all summer.
Yeah.
Well, other than The Real World on MTV, which truly is the first reality TV show, I think Survivor was next, right? Survivor was kind of the first reality TV show we had.
I mean, I guess if you don't count like The Hills.
I think it was on before that. I'll be honest with you.
Was it? Yeah, I mean, I watched Richard Hatch. Like, I watched the first season. Like I said, I probably watched the first 10 seasons.
I think other than The Real World on MTV and Road Rules.
I watched both of those. I watched them.
Road Rules was more of a competition show. But it's funny you bring up The Hills because why is Steven from Laguna Beach, why do they have One Tree Hill under his name? Because he was on Laguna Beach before he was on One Tree Hill.
Because One Tree Hill was his last thing. And people have been talking about that too. That's something else people have been talking about. Like who?
I mean,
why
this is the premise of the whole LC Kristen Cavallari beef. This is like huge in reality TV.
Right.
Give respect where respect is due. He's Laguna Beach.
It's so funny. Lori's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No idea what you're talking about.
I watched it as an adult with 2 young children, as if I were a 13-year-old girl in middle school.
There you go. Okay, you go, girl.
So after Natalie announces from Survivor that she is a faithful, they like break off into like different areas, right? Michael Rapaport announces to a group of people, there's 5 housewives and there's 5 gamers. So at least 1 gamer and 1 housewife must be a traitor. So in seasons past, the gamers were the traitors. Like last season, the gamers were the traitors. Just
all of them. So this is what I wanted to ask you. So this season we start with 3 traitors and a secret traitor. In prior seasons, was it
never a secret traitor?
Right.
No,
but
it was
there
3.
4 traitors. It
Nope,
was only
there was
3. Got it.
Right.
Well, so that's
There's
all
only
there's
3.
going to be this whole time. There's only
Well,
gonna
we
be
don't
3.
know.
Oh,
we don't know because you know
at
what?
this
That's
point,
one of the
we don't know.
We don't know because that's one of the things that like happens. Like last season when one of the traitors got banished, right? Because that's what happens when they banish somebody.
They can't get killed off.
Okay.
Right. So when one of the traitors got banished, then the traitors were able to pick another person to be a traitor. And you could either be the traitor or be banished. So, or be killed.
Okay.
Obviously,
I
you're going
should
to be
say
a traitor.
Okay.
You're going to be a traitor. So again, because this season there was the secret traitor that's never happened before, I don't know what's going to happen. We don't know because they kind of make up the rules as they go.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Which, I mean, with these shows, I feel like you have to because
100%.
Like just what you said. You watched Survivor, you watched it, and at some point you were like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing with The Bachelor. Like I always watched The Bachelor, and then I was like, all right.
Right, enough already with The Bachelor.
So I feel like that they're very smart to do this, switch it up every season.
Yeah.
Right. So then we see Candiace, she tells a group of people that she thinks Lisa Rinna is a traitor. Now, this is before she knows Lisa Rinna is a traitor. She only knows that she's a traitor, right?
That was effed up, yeah.
And then Michael says to Rob, "Are you like you're good like you're in the position like your good looks like you're going to be okay. Like you're the Alabama guy who catches snakes like he's just getting this and Michael doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know whether or not he's a traitor. He just meets this guy Rob,
right?
Who you guys both said and you didn't know anything about him.
Nope.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yep.
Right?
It was fine.
Right. So then the next thing we see is they're going to go on their first mission. And you guys didn't watch this before, so you don't know. This is what they do. They do these different missions. Like last season when they did the missions, when Dolores was on and Dolores won, and Dorinda was there, the first mission was a water mission. And they went out on these boats and they asked people to get off. And the people that got off were kind of in a bad position because then they were going to be up to be killed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the housewives were doing like the noble thing and they were looking at it. The gamers were looking at it. That's why they started to go after the housewives. So when I saw this first mission was a water mission, I was like, okay, so that's what it was last time. It was a water mission. This one, there's coffins in the water. There's 100 coffins in the water and 12 of them have gold on them. And that's how they earn their money. Each mission, they earn money to the final pot that the winners will get, whether they're traitors or they're faithfuls. Who's ever at the end is who wins the pot. Whether it's one person or 2 people or 3 or 4, who's ever at the end.
So it could be more than one person left at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I'm getting it.
I know.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes. So they have 45 minutes to complete this mission. There's 3 boats. They split them into 3 boats. There's a red boat, a white boat, and a green boat.
I'm going to ask you a question. Have
Okay.
any of you ever rowed a boat?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. A rowboat?
Yeah, a rowboat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I wasn't on crew or anything.
But I'm just saying that's a lot. Like the amount
It's
of
very
rowing that they had to do. There was a lot of physical there was a lot of physical work to go back and forth like that, rowing like that. That was no joke.
Especially
No, it's not.
because unless you're a professional athlete, you're not using these muscles. You know,
No.
you could do anything tomorrow and use muscles that you haven't used in a long time and be like whooped
Whoa. Yeah.
afterwards. So
And
yeah, that was strenuous.
I've been to Scotland. That is a cold freaking country. It is
Hell
cold.
yeah.
I was there in August and I had to wear a beanie and a down coat. It is cold. It is cold.
And it rains a lot.
And it rains a lot. Like some of the scenes, some of the things that the girls had on, I'm like, girl, you must be like, I know you're too young to be menopausal, so you just must be like really hot person because it is cold as hell there. And she had on these little tops and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's very interesting that it's cold and it rains a lot at the birthplace of golf.
Yep, definitely.
Right?
It's cold. It's cold as hell there.
I didn't know that the weather was like that. I mean, my boss's sons go to school there. I did not know that it was that kind of weather.
It's cold. It is cold.
It's literally the birthplace of golf.
I'm telling you, I was there in August and I froze. And I'm a hot girl.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's cold there.
Okay, so back to the mission. They split into 3 boats and they have to get the coffins with the dollar signs on them. And then once they get the coffins, they have to bring the coffins to the graveyard. And when they get over to the graveyard, they find out that they have to put the coffin in the grave of one of their competitors. And who's ever got a coffin in their grave is going to be up for murder that night. So there's 3 men that are leading each boat. Each man, I don't know if they pick their crew or whatever, but there's 3 men that are leading the boats. Johnny, I put down that, I don't know who was in each boat, but I put down that Johnny Weir fell in the water when he went back on the boat.
Yes, that was funny.
I love Johnny Weir. I love Johnny Weir and I love Tara Lipinski. They've had their own shows in the past. That's the other thing.
Well, I love the fact that they're besties, but don't want anybody to know it.
Exactly. They are besties. And if you ever saw them, I know that they're besties. How can you be on the show and not know that they're besties, but they're trying to play it off that they're not, right?
Right.
So then once they start getting the caskets, they get back there and the red boat and the green boat, they start teaming up together and that they're only going to put caskets in the grave of the white boat, which is honestly a good plan, right?
Very smart.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you need gamers.
Right. That's why you need gamers. Right.
Because it's all strategy.
It's a good plan.
Right.
It's all strategy. So it turns up that after they gather their boats, the 9 people that are up for murder this night are Michael Rapaport, who is livid, Dorinda Medley, Mama Kelsey, Eric, Ian, Ron, Rob R., Mark, and Rob C. When they get back after filling in their grave, Porsha calls out Michael Rapaport and he said to put it in the Housewives because Candiace told her that that's what Michael Rapaport said.
On the ride.
On the ride. Because Candiace is trying to deflect because she's a traitor. And she doesn't know who the other traitors are yet. They don't know who the other traitors are yet.
Well, no, at this point they know.
No, they don't. They don't know until they get into the turret. No, they don't know until they get into the turret. No. They didn't get into the turret yet.
Yeah.
No, not before
they went to the turret. I'm telling you, I'm looking at my notes. They went to the turret before their first mission.
No, that was the next mission. No.
Well, we're going to have to ask the audience to chime in on the comments.
All right.
No, they didn't
know because I'm saying they went to the turret before they did their first mission.
No, they don't go to the turret until it's time to kill somebody. And they don't know who they're killing until they find out who's up for murder.
They went to the turret. They got sworn in by Alan. He joins them. He says that there's not going to be a murder tonight and that there's a secret traitor.
Okay, yeah. Yep, you're right.
Look at that.
Only because I have notes, people.
Yeah.
No. I have notes too.
Notes.
I have notes too, but this is my second espresso martini.
Yep, that's what happened.
That's amazing.
I'm so glad that your
It's
notes,
like the good old times.
Yes. I like it.
This
Very
is
good.
my second espresso martini.
I love it. Beautiful.
That's amazing.
That's how those notes work.
That's good.
Okay.
Only because I remember, I forget which Rob it is. Rob C? Who's the traitor? Rob
R. Rob R is the traitor.
Or like I just remember him going to that grave thinking, well, I ain't getting killed.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're right. And listen,
I'll fill my grave. I'll do what I got to do.
and you just watched this last night. I watched this last Thursday. Like I
Right.
watched this.
Right.
No, listen, I made sure, that's why I watched Salt Lake last night. I made sure I watched this after work today so it was fresh in my mind.
Yeah. So I watched this last week. This is my last week mine and my last week notes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
And my
It's all good.
second
And your
my
second
second
martini.
espresso martini.
More importantly, the second espresso
Exactly.
martini.
Gosh. Okay, so
I just
You
want
were
to say at
absolutely
this
right.
point, I think at this point I have in my notes when they're filling in their graves that either Rapaport or Mama Kelsey is the secret traitor.
It's a secret traitor.
I had
I
no
just want
idea.
to make that known that this is the point. It's in my notes.
So what do you guys think? What do you guys think the problem ended up to be with Donna? Do you think it was that she was too quiet?
Wait.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to play these games.
She doesn't know
but
how to
we're-
play the games.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get there.
All
We'll
right.
get there.
I know. That's why I'm like, wait.
You
No,
know
we'll
me.
get there. We'll get there.
Jumping
So-
around.
When Porsha calls out Michael Rapaport and says that Candiace said that he was going to take out, to put the thing in the Housewives, Porsha runs up to him and he's like, well, let's go talk to Candiace. And Candiace is like, oh, you must have misheard me. When absolutely, that's what Candiace said. And Maura was in the car with her too when it was said. And Maura's like, I don't know.
Yeah, she wasn't saying shit, and I don't blame her.
Yeah.
I don't blame
think
her
she
for not
knew.
saying anything.
Honestly, I don't
At
even think
this
she
point,
knew.
she doesn't know who the traitors are, so she doesn't want to go against either one of them.
No, I don't.
just
Honestly, I don't
playing
even
it
think she
safe.
knows. I don't even think she knows what's going on yet. To be quite honest, I
Well,
mean, I like
probably
Maura,
not.
but I don't think Maura knows what's going on, right? But she even said, like, I don't have an effing clue. Like, she doesn't. She's like, I don't know. I have no idea. So Michael says, like, if I'm taking out a housewife, it's gonna be like in the end, like I love you guys, and it's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt me. And anyone that knows Michael Rapaport knows that is
That's
the
the
truth.
truth. Absolutely.
Yeah, he
He
really does love
loves-
them, especially Porsha. He loves Porsha. He's always
He
said that.
does. He does. So when they get and Candiace is like, you must have read it, you must have read it wrong. And Portia's like, and then Portia second guesses herself. She's like, yeah, I must have got it wrong. I was
Maybe
like,
she had 2 espresso martinis. that
Maybe
night,
she
too.
did.
no, but you know what I heard? I heard that they're only allowed 1 drink a night.
I would imagine.
Only allowed 1 drink a night.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what.
listen,
Yeah, I saw.
I'll be honest with you. As soon as I saw Dorinda, I was thinking, I hope they have a limit on alcoholic beverages. And I love Dorinda, but she is a sloppy, messy drunk.
Right.
She
And
is.
You can't do
She
that
is.
on that show.
She cannot handle her alcohol.
No.
Yeah,
So
they have a
that's
limit.
very good rule to
And
abide by.
they don't sleep there, you know.
They
no,
don't?
they don't.
They don't
No,
sleep there.
they sleep
go
in a
to
hotel. They walk up the stairs as if they're going to bed, but they do not sleep there.
They don't sleep
They sleep
there.
in a hotel.
Know that?
Yep. They're totally isolated in the hotel, too. When they're in the hotel, because Dolores talked about this, they get their phone, I think, for 1 hour a week, or not even. Like, they get 1 call a week. They are isolated. They do not get TV. They do not get internet. They do not know what's going on in the world. They do not know what's going on in the world.
I could not handle that, clearly.
And Dolores loved being there. She loved it. She loved the isolation.
I guess like unplugging once in a while isn't the worst thing in the world.
I would love it.
Oh, you definitely would love it.
It's right up my alley. But I gotta say, listen, I'm a history major. I'm an art history major. I did interior design. That castle looks like shit. Looks like shit. And I know whoever owns it bought it, and they're supposedly renovating it, and they rent it out for events. But
Yeah, that's it.
horrible.
Because they're not, Peacock, whoever's doing this show is going in there and, it's not
They're
like
only
they're just bringing their equipment in and they're like, okay, action. They're putting that shit together. I can't believe they don't sleep there, though. Honestly, I'm shocked.
They
I
don't
feel
sleep
very
there.
naive.
No. They're only allowed in like 3 rooms. We see them in the kitchen, we see them in the breakfast room, and we see them in that other like
Study.
library room, the
Yeah,
study,
probably just
and then
must
the
be like a
secret
couple
room.
areas
With
downstairs,
the
and that's
secret
it.
door.
That's it.
And
They're
maybe
only allowed in those rooms.
the turret.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
So the traitors have to, when they get finally to the turret, they have to pick from 4. And they find out that the secret traitor picks who they have to pick from, who the 4
The short
are.
list.
Right. So the secret traitor picked Rob R., who is a traitor, Ian, Mark, and Eric. So I'm going to tell you who Ian is. Ian Terry was on Big Brother. He was the winner. He was the youngest winner in Big Brother history. Season 14, he was 21 years old, and he is a strategic competitor. Okay? That's who Ian is. The other one is Mark. Mark Ballas is from Dancing with the Stars. He's a pro. He's a 3-time Dancing with the Stars champion.
I mean, he was one of the originals, right?
Yep. Also has Broadway credits. Also, I don't know if you know this, but Mark Ballas also and his wife have a band that they're in. She sings and he plays the guitar.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
So that's Mark Ballas. And then Eric is, hold on.
A singer?
Yeah,
Eric
Eric's
Nam is a singer.
songwriter.
Yeah.
Singer, media personality, Korean-American singer with international fan base and TV hosting credits, charismatic presence. That's who Eric Nam is.
Okay.
So those are the first ones that are up for elimination. And we don't find out what happens in the first episode. So now we're going to have to go to the second episode. And they go up to the turret in the first episode, but we don't see who they vote for. In the second episode, they're all at breakfast, and that's how they find out who has been voted out, is the next morning at breakfast who doesn't show up. That's who they know who's been voted out. So at breakfast, Carolyn Stansberry's there, and she wanted to know like what was going on with Michael Rapaport and Porsha, because she saw something was going on in Candiace, but she had no idea like what that whole thing was about.
Wait.
Carolyn
Wasn't she the one who had the stuff on her face?
So Carolyn Stansberry is from Real Housewives of Dubai and was on Ladies of London. What stuff on her face?
She's not the one who had like the parasites in her face?
Oh, no, that was Bethany.
No. Bethany didn't have parasites. No, not that St. Bart's thing. The one who had the come on, girls. The housewife who had the things in her face and she said it was from parasites, the big lumps on her face.
No, you're talking about, what's her name?
I'm asking you.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Brandy Glanville. No.
Yeah. Oh,
no.
Okay. That's who I was thinking.
No.
What?
No.
Okay.
No.
I kept looking at her face like, where's her thing?
Oh. You thought Caroline was Brandy Glanville.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. We'll
So
see how
Carolyn
lost I am.
Stansberry. Yeah.
But I see a resemblance.
All right.
I don't, especially when she opens her mouth. So Carolyn Stansberry was from Ladies of London, and she was on Real Housewives of Dubai, and she married Sergio, her 20-year younger husband.
You go, girl.
Yes. I
Nice.
like Carolyn Stansberry. I think she's very entertaining. So she doesn't know what's going on. She wants to know what's going on between Michael Rapaport and Porsha and Candiace. So they start telling her what's going on. And then all of a sudden, Dorinda walks in, and they're so happy to see Dorinda because last season she didn't make it to the first breakfast because she got voted out. Okay,
She was the first
Dorinda made
person
it.
to get voted out.
She was the first person to get killed. So she made it through the first killing. So after everyone comes in, they realize that Ian was killed, and they all agree that he was killed because he won Big Brother and that he was a threat. And that is true. I mean, if you are a smart gamer, you're going to kill the smart gamers, right?
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
They're the ones.
I think the gamers are the first ones you want out of there because they know how to play strategy.
Right. And Tiffany speaks up like automatically. She's like, you know what? I know who Ian was. Like, he wanted to face his fears. That's why he came here, which I think is a little odd.
Yeah, I was like,
Well,
what
I
are you
think
talking
there's
about?
more to the story. Like, does he have anxiety?
Right. I
Was
think
he-
there is more to the story.
There's definitely more to the story. Like, her just blurting that out
Yeah, it was
didn't
weird.
give us any clarification.
No, it was odd.
So Tiffany was also on Big Brother. So she's another Big Brother alum. And she was on season 23, and she won as America's Favorite House Guest and also competed on the challenge. So she has been in 2 reality game shows, Tiffany. So be aware of that. Like, she is a gamer. Like, she's a gamer. And Ian was on season 14, but her on season 23 knew the lore of Ian on season 14 because she's the one who's been studying all these things, right? Like last season when Dolores was on and Boston Rob was on, Boston Rob is the epitome of Survivor because he's been on so many seasons, he's won so many times, and like he is the gamer of all gamers. So these are things like just to be aware of as like you're watching this. I know it's a little bit much, especially for someone like Lori who has no idea who any of these people are.
Yep.
So the next thing we see, I have written down, is Porsha sitting in a room with a bunch of people, and she said, like, I feel bad because I thought Ian could have been the one, and now he's the one that's killed.
Was she the one who said, I killed? Is she the one who messed up and said, I killed?
She is.
Yeah. She messed up a couple times. I was like, girl.
She did.
She really did.
But, you know, again, it's a show. Maybe she was supposed to do that.
I know.
No, this show isn't like that. No,
I'm telling you, though, Wendy, as I was watching the show, I'm like...
Were you thinking that same thing, Kelly? Like, okay.
Well, when Candiace busted out with the conga line, I would have been like, what?
Yeah, so I saw some social media posts, and people were like non-housewife people. I mean, I'm a non-housewife people with that show, because I don't know. And they were like, is this like a thing for her? Like, why wouldn't anybody...
No, it's not.
Why would anybody think that that's like weird?
Right. Like, why would you think it was normal for somebody to just be like, and now we're going to do the conga line?
Yeah.
And they
weird.
did it.
Yeah,
I
they
would have
did
been
it.
like, well, you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to sit here and sip my wine.
Right. And
but you know what? That's what she was doing. She was distracting. That's what her job was at that point.
Of course, that's what she was doing.
But not everyone.
Any smart person would look at that and be like, we're playing an elimination game. She's doing that for a reason. So she's either a traitor or she's protecting a traitor.
Doing something, right.
That would have been a red flag to me that she was a traitor.
Right, because you were thinking like a gamer, but not like, for instance, Mama Kelsey probably was like, oh, I mean, Jam wouldn't take part in it. Like some people like would have no part in that.
Yeah, that other Rob.
The other Rob. He said, the other Rob said, I think that we're going to have a murder in plain sight.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, like now that we just brought him up, I listened to a pod. Okay, so Ryan Bailey has a podcast. It's So Bad It's Good, or whatever it's called. What is it called? Do you know what, Kelly, what it's called?
I don't know. I only listen when you tell me somebody good is on.
So he did a whole podcast about each of the people on Traitors and what their lore was, and he did it with somebody else before he even did the recap of the Traitors. So I actually didn't even finish listening to it, but I started listening to it. It's 2 episodes, that one.
So Bad It's Good.
So Bad It's Good. Yeah. I recommend to any of our listeners who are watching or listening to this, listen to Ryan Bailey's he's got 2 episodes that explain who all the traitors are and what their lore is and what they're about. And one of the things he said about Rob C is that Jeff Probst called him the smartest loser of all times. Like he didn't ever win Survivor, but he was the smartest player ever. Also, what I thought was very interesting, he has his own podcast, like network, all about gaming. Not that even he does the podcast. He has all these other people underneath him that do all these podcasts. Like he is like very successful in the podcast world.
But like as the mastermind, not as the...
Not as the player.
Not actually as not as the one on the mic talking about it. He's got one talking about this one. He's got one talking about that one. And like, he's someone to watch. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I want to look up his network. I want to see who he's got on it. I want to hear about those people, right? That's Rob C, which we will find out that, he's going to go too because he's smart. Like any of these people that are smart are going to wind up going.
He put a target on his own back. As soon as he said, I think we're having a murder in plain sight, it's like, dude, you're figuring this stuff out too soon.
Too soon, right.
But they already...
And
you're
I know.
realizing it. You're
right,
out.
right. You know.
Right,
A
but
traitor would never say that.
a traitor would never say that, and they already got him out before he even said that because they didn't even know he said that, right? They didn't even know he said that, and he said it to Candiace,
Candiace
who
knew,
didn't
yeah.
even. But Candiace didn't know who they were getting out because she was
Right.
doing the conga line, distracting them. So
Right.
she knew somebody was out, but she didn't even know who it was.
No, Rob and
So the
Lisa
one
made
that
the decision.
right, the one that knew was Mark Ballas because Mark Ballas was the other one in the room, right? And like I said to you, Will was watching it with me. He's like, Mark Ballas is going to be the one who needs to call this out. Like, is Mark Ballas going to call this out? Because he's the one. And then once Rob is gone, like he's the one who needs to say it. And Rob, like Mark Ballas never said it. He's like, do you think he's sold? I was like, no, I think he didn't catch it because he's a
Right.
dancer. Like, I
Right,
just
right.
don't think he caught it.
Yeah.
I don't think he caught it. I don't think he's sold. I don't think he thinks like a gamer. Like the gamers think like gamers, and the housewives honestly think like gamers. Like the housewives,
Well,
people
yeah.
underestimate them. They underestimate them. They don't
Well,
understand.
they're studying the show, though. Like, once this show came on, listen, there's one thing about housewives, and they are thirsty to be on any show they can get on. So they're going to look at this show. As soon as the first housewife was cast on Traitors,
They're like, oh,
all of the rest of the housewives studied this show like it was their job because they knew it was another opportunity for them.
Yes, 100%. 100%. So then we go to the next mission, right? We can go to the next mission. The next mission is the Thrones on Wheels.
The Thrones on the Wheels, yeah.
So there's
That
3
was
thrones.
strenuous.
There's 3 thrones, and if you're on the throne, you have a shield, so that means you're safe, right? They have 45 minutes to complete this mission, but they have to keep time themselves, and they don't have watches on. They don't have watches on. They have to figure out what 45 minutes is on their own with whatever skills they have. I will say, like, to me, that would be the hardest part of this, to figure out what 45 minutes is, because
And did you guys clock who was not there?
Mama Kelsey, she was not
She
there.
was not at that mission?
Nope, you don't see her anywhere.
Nope.
That's
She wasn't there.
wild. I did not clock that at all.
I was wondering if you were going to notice. I kind of
Yep,
figured
no.
Wendy would notice, but
No, I noticed it.
she wasn't there at all.
And nobody said anything?
No, because I think, listen, one, the woman is in her 60s. That was a physically tough mission.
Yep.
It was a
All the
physically tough
missions.
mission.
Yeah, but then you don't cast her if she can't do the.
But I think,
mission.
but this is
There's
the thing.
a reason.
I think
There's a
that
reason they cast her.
maybe she had a 3-episode contract to get the draw,
That's it.
to get the pull, to get the, maybe that's why they made up this whole thing with the secret traitor and the whole gig. Yeah, see, to kind of get the pull. Now, was she in the rowing mission?
I don't
think she
remember
was in that
seeing her.
mission.
She wasn't? I don't remember seeing her.
I think she was in that mission.
I don't think so.
I mean, listen, all she had to do was sit on the boat. Nobody was going to ask her to do anything else.
Right.
I'm almost positive she was at that mission because I can picture her standing on the dock.
But
so
I don't
that is
remember being
that
there.
is one of the speculations, is that she had a 3-episode contract to get the draw, to get people there.
Like Bill. Bill wouldn't have watched
Bill.
the show. There you
Yep. Got
Yeah.
Bill there. It's true.
They lured him right in.
It lured him right in. And that what they were hoping is once they got you in, that you're going to stay. Bill's out. Bill's not coming back.
But
He's
but
like,
there
I'm not
are
falling for that.
Right. There are some people that would stay. But then the other story that's out there is that the producers are disappointed that they really wanted this secret traitor. We're just going to say it now because we've already said it. Mama Kelsey is a secret traitor. They really wanted the secret traitor to be a different role. And they had all these other things planned for the secret traitor. And they're really disappointed that she couldn't do what she needed to do to protect herself in the eliminations.
right. But I mean, really,
Well, I'll tell you
what
what,
is it
not
that you
having her
would
at a
do?
mission is putting a target on her back right then and there. Because you can say all you want, she's a 70-year-old woman, she can't do that. Okay, well, then why'd you cast her? There's a reason you cast her. So then everybody's going to figure out she's the secret traitor, right?
yeah. I mean, because
If-
really,
Yes.
what was it that she was supposed to say?
Right.
But I
All
mean,
she kept saying was, "I'm fangirling out on most of you."
right.
Now,
And I'm
you
not the
know, you
traitor.
met Paul McCartney at the Super Bowl. I'm thinking that Rob from Love Island is not really sweeping you off your feet right now.
Well, be sweeping me.
Even a housewife. I mean, Paul McCartney,
Right.
a
Dorinda Medley.
housewife. Dorinda Medley. No disrespect.
Yes. So
Your
that
son is
that was
engaged to Travis
Yeah,
Taylor
exactly.
Swift.
Taylor
Your
Swift.
son is engaged to Taylor Swift.
right. Yeah. I don't know. It was just like, what else did you like? What could she say? Like, what? So it was just weird. It was just the whole thing was odd to me. I was just like, I don't know what's going on here. I do kind of like that concept, even though I've never seen the show before. I do kind of like the concept of a secret traitor. I think that's really cool. I think
I
it's
do
a really
too.
cool thing. I think that's something that they should think about doing in the future. Maybe I think somewhere there was just a foul up with the trying to get her on the show and the following and then the secret like the recipe didn't come out right, but I do think it's a good idea. I think it's a fun twisty thing to have that secret
All
trade.
right. So I mean, we're approaching 50 minutes, so I know we don't want to go too much longer, but so we know the secret traitor is Mama Kelsey. I agree with
Is
you,
Mama
Lori.
Kelsey.
I thought, never watched the show before, but I thought that was a great twist. Now, Porsha getting banished was very interesting. And it was all because that guy, what was his name? Ron, the
Ron.
comedian?
Yeah, but it
Yep.
made total sense.
Because of
wasn't
what
like-
she
Because
said.
of what she said.
Right.
Absolutely. It made
Right.
She
total sense.
literally said, "We killed and I killed." She
And
said
then
both those things.
And then she said the 4 traitors.
Right.
Right.
He had three pieces of evidence
Absolutely.
against Porsha.
And it was good evidence.
Totally made sense.
It was good. It was 100% good evidence. I agree.
Yeah. So far we had Ian get murdered, Porsha was banished, and then they show up for a breakfast the next morning and Alan tells them we're having a round table and someone else is getting banished before we go to the
next mission. Right.
Or not last, next mission. Last
one.
mission for the third episode,
And that's when they decide that, and this is where they have to do the murder in plain sight, right?
Now, see, I thought that was kind of...
No. This is when...
Oh, yeah, 4 people are gone now.
4 people are gone. I thought the murder in plain sight thing was kind of cool. I thought that was
Me
kind
too.
of
No,
cool
I did too.
because you had to like try to figure out how to do something without people really knowing what you were doing. I was like, oh,
Yes.
okay, that's kind of cool.
So that was Rob C. So it was Ian, and that was it then Porsha, then Rob C. And now we're after Rob C. Now we're at the breakfast where Alan announces that there's another round table and someone else.
Okay, that's got to be... Okay, that's
they go on to
number 3,
mission.
episode 3, right?
Yep.
Okay, Michael. Okay. So the next round table, the next morning, Candiace starts out talking at the round table. She says that Ron, like the shiny object, came in here yesterday and flipped the script because Ron is the one who got Porsha out, right? And Ron said, I don't come in with bias. I just play with information I have. He said, I've been riding with Donna Kelsey and Michael Rapaport. Colton says he wants to give Donna more opportunity to talk. Now, Colton is the former Bachelor, and he was on the Bachelor and the Bachelorette. Actually, he was on the Bachelorette first, and then he was on the Bachelor. And then he turned out that he was gay, and now he's married. That's just a whole other story. And by the way, he stalked his ex-girlfriend and had a restraining order against him. But that's yet another story.
Who's this?
Colton.
Is that the
Colton.
football?
Yes.
He was gay.
Yes. But he was first on The Bachelorette. He was the first gay bachelor virgin. He was a virgin. And then we found out after all these happened, then we found out that he was gay.
Do we believe all of this?
I mean, yes.
I believe nothing.
No.
Nothing.
I mean, yes, I believe that he was a virgin. I believe that he was on both of those shows. I believe that he was afraid to come out. And then when he did
he in the
finally come
NFL?
out, he was definitely in the NFL. Yes. These are all things about Colton.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So he wants to give Donna an opportunity to talk. And Donna says, listen, I know people are after me. Like, this is the only reason is because I haven't had a chance to talk. You know, I'm a fangirl. And Candiace is like, well, that's why I suspected you. Like, I think that you would be a good traitor. And Jam Jam's like, it's time for you to say more to protect yourself. And Donna said, well, it's time, like, for you to think about, like, who's pushing my name. And Colton said, well, I was kicking myself yesterday because he wanted to vote for her the day before. But he was swayed to vote for Porsha based on what Ron said.
Yeah.
Which made sense.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And Tiffany asked Donna, like, is there someone that you suspect as a traitor? And Donna said, well, Michael, I mean, I don't think you're as ignorant, and she's going after Michael, which Michael Rapaport. I'm like, no, it can't be Michael Rapaport. And Michael said again, I'm going to tell you, I'm a faithful.
He's the best looking faithful.
He's so funny.
He's so funny. I love him.
I
love him.
He is funny.
I always like them too.
But you know, he's like a New York, New Jersey. Like if you don't get our vibe, you're not gonna.
People don't get him. They do not like him.
You're not gonna get it.
People do not like a lot of people do not like Michael Rapaport.
And not to be political or anything, but it's the same reason a lot of people don't get Trump. Like if you're not a New York, New Jersey person, you don't get it. You're just like, what the fuck? And if you know, you know. That's all. You don't know, you don't
Michael
know.
Rapaport's like straight up
New
York,
up New York.
and yeah,
totally.
And I get him.
Yeah.
So I get him.
So bottom line is they go to vote.
Yeah.
And every single person votes for Donna.
Everyone.
Except for Michael. Michael votes for Jam Jam. Michael doesn't vote for Donna. Because Michael's got a hard on for Jam Jam.
Well,
for whatever reason.
Personal.
Yeah. Michael's after Jam Jam. And obviously Donna votes for Michael, but everybody else votes for Donna. And we find out that Donna was the secret traitor.
Mic drop moment.
Yeah. And the host
for them.
The host of the show, what's his name?
Alan Cummings.
What in the like macaroni and cheese and melted mustard? Like what in the glue gun painted orange
that outfit?
What? Oh my God. I was just like, what is that? What is it? It was horrible. I loved his first gig with the tartan and everything, but that mac and cheese outfit, I was just like, I don't know who lied to you.
It was a choice.
I don't know who lied to you about that, but they are not your friend. That's all
he has a lot of choices in this. He'll have a lot of choices.
That's all I got to say. It's my only note.
After that banishment, they head out for their next mission. The next mission is they need to pair up with the player who they trust the most. Okay.
And one person is not going to have a partner.
Right, because it's odd number.
And that's Ron. Ron's the odd man out. So Candiace pairs up with Tara Lipinski. Dorinda pairs up with Lisa. Michael's with Tiffany. He offers Tiffany up to Ron because Ron's alone, but Ron says no.
Yeah,
which I thought was very nice. I thought that was very nice.
I did too.
Monet is with Natalie. Rob and Moore are together, the two Love Island people. Carolyn and Colton are together. Eric and Johnny Weir. Jam Jam and Steven. And Mark and Kristen. So they don't know what's going on, but one of each team members has to go into the cage. And the cages are going to be, they don't know this when they decide who's going in the cage. The cages are going to be carried into the woods. And who's ever still in the cage at the end of the game is up for murder. So they decide who's going in the cage. They carry their cages into the woods. And then they find out that they need to go into the marsh, the people that are not in the cage, and they need to find 10 skulls, and they need to stack the 10 skulls to release their partner, and they have 10 minutes to complete this mission.
It was not a lot of time to do that.
Not a lot of time at all.
I mean, I would have needed 10 minutes just to stack the skulls.
Absolutely.
And Johnny Weir,
I needed 10 minutes just to collect them. I think he's still
there looking for skulls.
I think so too.
I mean,
I think so too.
If I were Eric, is that the guy's name who paired up with him?
Yes.
Why would you send him to do that job?
Well, they didn't know when they were putting them in the cage.
They
didn't know.
They didn't
They
know.
didn't know.
You had
They
to
didn't
think
know.
it was something physical, though. And, well, I guess he's an Olympian.
You don't know. You don't know. Right?
Listen, he did a terrible, terrible job.
Plus, too, you know, everybody's going to get them. So there's only so many there. So maybe they all got scooped up and he was like,
Maybe there wasn't 10 left for him.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I don't think there's like this unlimited amount of skulls.
Number of skulls. Right.
So they got scooped up.
Every player released, they're going to get $5,000 added to the pot. So Rob was the first one to do it. He released Maura. Then Steven released Jam Jam. Monet released Natalie. Tiffany released Michael. Ara released Candiace. So they got $25,000 for the pot. So now the people up for murder are Lisa Rinna, Eric, Caroline Stansberry, Kristen, and Ron. They then are going to be pulled from their cages and tied to a tree and left out there to find out their fate.
You don't think they sat out there the whole time, right?
Oh, stop.
I don't think they did either.
My husband was watching at this point, too, and he's like, oh, my God, are they really going to get murdered? I'm like, dude, no. It's TV.
Is this the Hunger Games?
Because you never know these days. I said, well, you're kind of right, but
he ain't lying. No. He ain't lying.
Yeah, but
it's so true. You don't know.
Yeah,
you don't
I'm
know.
like, no, it's just all fake.
So we don't know who is going to be murdered yet, because the way it ends is Colton is questioning like what's going on with Tiffany, because her and Michael were paired up together and Michael's the one who went in the cage. So he thinks that Tiffany is in control, which I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think Michael and Tiffany are bonded because Tiffany thinks that Michael may be a traitor and she's just kind of staying close to him.
She's keeping him close.
And I think Michael doesn't really have a clue.
And needs an ally, and she's the only one willing to be his ally.
Right.
Yes, that's what I think's going on there.
Especially now that Porsha's gone, because she was probably his only hope. Because he always says how much he loves her, how much she's a great housewife. Like,
yes,
right.
She's
Singing
gone.
The praises.
So he needs somebody.
He needs somebody, yeah.
So the traitors are going to murder somebody face to face tonight. We don't know who. We see them up at the turret, and Candiace lets them know then that Rob C. said that someone was going to do a murder in plain sight the night that he was murdered, because those two don't know that. She's the only one who knows that. So we're going to have to wait.
Yeah, they haven't talked about
episode.
anything yet. They didn't even talk about Donna Kelsey being the secret traitor yet until they get to that turret.
Right. So this is where we're at with it. We're going to have to wait for the next episode to see who's killed next. And
I like it.
It's so funny.
I like it too.
It's something different, for crying out loud. God. It's not anybody talking about somebody's kids and husband and calling private investigators. So I'll take it.
This is true.
I like it too.
I'll watch it to see if there's any more bad outfits from Alan.
Okay.
That was bad, man. Bad. All right.
So
see what happens next
until
time.
next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.